Hello there, and welcome to Unknown Horizons Slava Ukraini. My name is Spyke O'Hanlin and I'm a disabled filmmaker from the United Kingdom. This film tells the story of how my first ever holiday outside of Britain quickly turned into a life-changing mission delivering humanitarian aid into the heart of war-torn Ukraine. What follows is raw, real and deeply personal. This isn't a polished vanity project, it is the truth as I experienced it, and as such there will be harsh language, disturbing images and brutal honesty. This film isn't easy to watch, but that is entirely the point. Known as Britain's Ocean City, I come from Plymouth down in the sunny southwest. In February 2022, I left home for the very first time and flew to Eastern Europe. After my first ever ride on a plane, I landed in Bratislava, capital of Slovakia. A breathtaking city of stunning architecture where I met my old friend Sam Bennett. I spent 3 months there finding myself on all manner of adventures surrounded by people from all walks of life, and that is where this story truly begins. What started as a simple travel documentary quickly changed when Sam introduced me to Aubrey Mathis, an American English teacher living in Bratislava. Originally from Louisiana, Aubrey runs his own independent relief effort for Ukrainian refugees. No big name backing, no corporate funding, just pure determination. Every week, Aubrey crowdfunds, buys food and toiletries, loads up his car and drives to the Ukrainian border alone.
So you say you've been doing this for 7 weeks now?
Yeah.
Wow, man. And you've just been doing this off your own back?
Yeah, I mean, I think it started on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then Friday at lunchtime I got on Facebook and I'm like, getting some money and we're gonna go up there. Found a guy on a Portuguese fella on one of these expat groups on Facebook, and he had a van and he came and got me, and we went down to Decathlon and bought, the first thing we bought was 12 sleeping bags, 10 euros each. And then we just proceeded to load the hell out of this van. We found people around here that donated stuff, mostly foreigners, and when we first went out there, we didn't have a clue what we were doing or where we were going. And we went to this little town called Ubla on the Slovak Ukrainian border, and we were some of the first people there.
Really?
Yeah, we went into the volunteer thing, and there was no donations.
Wow.
So this is the pedestrian crossing to Ukraine. No cars can come through this border, so there's a lot of people on foot coming into Slovakia from Ukraine. We're gonna try to see if anyone needs a ride. Since we got here, these donations have probably gone up by 20, 30 times. It's amazing what people can accomplish when they get together.
And there were people just kept coming. There was an old local man there working, and it was an old school. And then, so we gave him everything we had, and then as we were leaving, we're like, hey, does anyone need a ride to the train station or something? Because the trains had been free for the Ukrainians. And there was this lady and her daughter, and they needed to get the hell out of there. And we brought them to the train station, and I don't speak any Slovak, so it was like...
Difficult?
We still made it happen. Because sometimes I get a little angry when I'm frustrated. And people tend to pay attention to the big guy when he's angry.
He's angry, yeah.
Is he hungry?
Yeah. Mate, I get hanger so bad. So bad.
No, and then of course we showed up there and the train just left. And so we showed up, and so they had to wait there a couple of hours.
Dobre, cargo. So this is the border toward Ubla. There are many people. This is the direction heading into Ukraine. We currently have a young lady and her small daughter, and we're going to take them to Michalosa, the nearest train station, so that we can get to, they need to get to Bratislava.
And then went back to another grocery store and put in another 500 euros worth of stuff, and then went right back to the border. And then throughout the day, that's when the professionals started to show up.
427 euros. We tried to concentrate on the kids this time. They need little yogurts and toys and Play-Doh and all this stuff you wouldn't understand. Maybe you used to understand it. This is just heartbreaking. This is Europe in 2022, people. The world needs to know about this. It doesn't matter what your politics are or any of that bullshit. Come on. These are babies. Come on. These are babies. 2022, this is Europe, people. Everyone needs to see this. Everyone needs to see the heroes that are working here. Look at all these heroes. These heroes come in all shapes and sizes. This is Europe. Just a little late night update for you kids. We're about to go to bed. We slept out in front of the shelter in the van. You can see they still flowing through here. I mean, there must be 50 people that just showed up here. And you know, these people, they come from all parts of Ukraine. They go from all parts of all sort of backgrounds. Some are professional, some are regular folks like me, and maybe some of y'all. And yeah, you know, we got to do more for these people. I mean, I appreciate everything y'all have done for us, and we're gonna go out early in the morning. We're gonna hit it again, and we're gonna keep hitting it until we can't hit it anymore. We love you for everything you've done, and we appreciate you sharing these pictures, because the world needs to see this stuff, guys. Love from Ubla. 6 Ukrainians came back home with them that weekend. Bratislava, dropped them off. So guys, we're just about to leave Ubla. We've got these fine Ukrainian folks with us today. And again, this is all because of you and your donations. We really appreciate all the help you're doing for us. We love you guys. We kind of did that every weekend.
That's amazing, mate.
Yeah, locally we've been donating. There's little villages. There's a center with 170 people in the city. And every time I've gone out there, just about with a different person. I went with a student of mine. I teach English here in Slovakia. And then went out with my wife, went out with a stranger. I've went out alone once or twice. I don't know who said it, but I heard it somewhere. If your neighbor's house is on fire, then your house is on fire too. So now we're gonna meet up with this British fella, and he coordinates stuff. He just got back from the Kiev area. Tomorrow we're not going on holiday. We're gonna drop something off at a minimum and see if we can get our hands dirty and something else.
Oh yeah.
You know, the best kind of action is when it's direct, and it's when it makes other people uncomfortable.
I like that.
Yeah. We're not rich people. I mean, I probably take home 800 euros a month, maybe. So that's not a lot of money. Before I moved here from the States, I was making maybe 50K a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was paying a lot more money on a lot more things. So we need to hit the road, bud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Chit chat is nice.
Right, heroes, we're gonna go into the fucking dodgiest, sketchiest fucking elevator in the damn world.
And the weight limit is 250 kilo, and I probably weigh nearly as much as that. So you're gonna fucking die.
After sitting down with Aubrey, we hit the road gathering supplies. Between Slovakia and Austria and Hungary, I got to know the man and his mission.
So this place we're going to, it's a government/police training center where they train firemen and police, and they come from all over the country. So it's got accommodation in there and a canteen so they can prepare food. And since the beginning, they've
had 170 people there. They kind of filter in and out, or some people are there longer term. And it was one of my first drops. They were real nice to us. They offered us dinner. And, you know, you go to some of these drops and they act like they don't want to deal with you. And it's really all about Ukrainian people. It's not that I necessarily enjoy doing all this running around, but if I'm gonna go somewhere and you're not gonna appreciate me, I'm gonna pack up my shit and I'm gonna hit the road and go somewhere else.
I do the same, don't worry, I get that.
We've run into that a few times along the way, and it's very disheartening.
Yeah.
We all supposed to have the same objective here, and then you got people that kind of just want to take control, and I don't know if it's a spotlight sort of thing, but it's like they're using your donations to advance some sort of agenda that they have.
Yeah.
So, I didn't think there was an Aldi in Slovakia. Now, turns out I was right. It's not. It's because we're in Austria. But there's an Aldi. They call it Hofer. Who knew? Who knew? Alright, so currently we are picking up some flour together because it's a regulated price at the moment, as there is a shortage of flour. Or is there a shortage of flour, sunflower oil?
And sugar.
And sugar. Thanks to the Russians. There's no shortage of that, so yeah, there needs to be two of us so we can pick up like double the amount.
Yeah, you just crossed the Iron Curtain essentially, and you did it freely.
Hey, I just freely crossed the Iron Curtain. That's a new experience for me.
Yeah.
Wow. After a long day of border hopping and refining my Tetris skills, we headed back to Bratislava to rest up before setting off on the most critical mission I had ever undertaken. How you doing, heroes? Nice to see you. We're stocked up now. We've got supplies. So now the plan is to go back to Aubrey's place, chill out, have some food, have a nap, and set off tonight at about midnight. But Aubrey's awesome, isn't he? Aubrey's great. I love him. Good human, man. Well, at least I may be able to do some good before I go back to the UK. At least that's something, right? Yeah. The plan, or so I thought, was to drop supplies down to the border and maybe ferry some refugees back. But just like the concept of my very first holiday, the plans changed. Suddenly we were going into Ukraine, into an active war zone. That idea had never crossed my mind, but after seeing how much I had taken for granted back home in the UK, I knew I couldn't walk away from this. This was the moment fate handed me. I wasn't about to wave at it as it passed by.
Here we go again with a dodgy lift.
Yeah. My favorite. Now drop. Oh, they've got even funner elevators in some of these old buildings from socialist. Oh yeah. Where my doctor is, it's, I don't know.
I'm never going to get used to that.
It's like The Shining.
So yeah, good morning, heroes. We're now, mission has, God, I'm tired. So yeah, mission is now underway. Wish us luck. So it would seem this journey's off to an interesting start so far, because the roads that Aubrey usually takes to get to the Ukraine are packed. Absolutely packed, and the drivers are ruthless.
Oh, come on.
What the shit,
I'm not doing nothing.
Fucking hell. As you can see, it's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock in the morning and it's a traffic jam on the Hungarian highway.
We left at midnight and travelled through Austria and Hungary with 7 hours on the road. We reached the border just before 8 AM local time. Well, good morning, heroes. It's been a long night drive. How you feeling?
Ah, living the dream, pinch me.
Living the dream. It's been a while since I've heard that. So we'll be at the border in like a few minutes. See how it goes, won't we? Might let us in, might not. Alright, we are officially in the town that borders Ukraine. What's this town called?
Vyšné Nemecké.
Vyšné Nemecké.
Means something German. Yeah, This is a big difference from last weekend. We didn't have to wait any.
What do you reckon?
I don't know. This just seems silly. Let's just follow him and see what happens.
From the very start, we were met with disorganization, with chaos. Miles of trucks and civilian cars all stacked up on top of each other. Disorganization Aubrey had never seen here before. But thanks to sheer stubbornness, we managed to skip that queue.
Here we are, heroes. We're at the Ukrainian border.
There's no one here.
Oh, that's the first checkpoint done. Successfully.
Yep, it's a new one. And once you start crossing the Ukraine enough, you get a bunch of them.
What's that? The stamp.
Vyšné Nemecké. Yeah, that's where we at. The line.
One for the Ukraine, heroes.
What, is the border closed?
No, that's just something on the road, isn't it?
Checkpoint 2 of 4, and it was closed, quietly and without signs. Aubrey had never seen it shut like this before. We didn't know what to make of this tiny little cone blocking our path, and our combined Slovak and Ukrainian didn't get us very far at all. However, we were about to find out, the hard way.
Right, so as it stands, heroes, we have absolutely no idea what is going on here. And we've been told to stay here, but Aubrey's experience of this place, he's never had to stay here before. So what he's doing right now, he's going up to attempt to talk to one of the border guards, the same border guard that told us to stay here, and we're just waiting here for no reason. So I guess we will soon find out. What do you say?
Well, he wasn't the friendliest guy.
Yeah, I believe that.
He said something like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What time you got?
It is 10 to 7.
Okay, yeah. But then we lost an hour, so. So it's 10 to 8. So they must open at 8. Yeah, they are gonna fuck with us.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's going to be an interesting morning because they're going to fuck with us, apparently. Okay, heroes. So I'll put my camera away for a minute because the border guards here are they're not really friendly. Aubrey thinks they're going to try and make things difficult for us. Tensions are pretty high here, if I'm perfectly honest. It's kind of fucking terrifying, actually. Like, yeah. It's very scary. I'm terrified right now. And lots of people walking around with AK-47s and AK-74Us. And I don't know what's gonna happen. Aubrey says worst case scenario, we'll get turned around or a beating. Well, I've put my camera away in my pouch, but I've taken it out for a second just to tell you guys this.
I couldn't film 90% of what happened at the border. Doing so could have got me executed as a Russian spy, but it was an experience I will never forget. We were met with open hostility from the border guards, not cheers, not thanks, just suspicion and resentment. I get the caution, human trafficking's a massive issue and these guards face horrors daily, but still, a Skoda full of aid shouldn't be treated like a threat. Our car got diverted to the heavy vehicle inspection bay. Our tiny little Skoda was surrounded by massive trucks. The gods only know what was inside of them. We were here to lend aid and it felt like we were being punished for it. No cameras allowed, very strict rule. I did not argue. Sometimes you pick your battles, this was not one of them. I was here to help and getting myself executed as an enemy informant wasn't going to do anyone any good. But among the hostility, I met one kind soul, a young Ukrainian soldier. I didn't catch his name, though I really wish I had. With Google Translate, I pointed to some ducks paddling in the rain. At least life is normal for the ducks, I said. He smiled and laughed, and we bonded in that moment. After we shared a smoke, we shook hands, wished each other luck, and to this day I think about that brave lad. That was a moment, a real one. Oh, hi. So after a few hours of being fucked around at the border, we are finally in Ukraine. Finally.
A couple of hours at least.
Yeah. Yeah, a couple hours. On the right side, didn't actually seem that long, so.
Yeah. No, that's the way it should go. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's a bitch.
Well, apparently we were really lucky getting through that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they didn't call nobody. He tried to in the office, but yeah.
It already seems like a different country.
It is.
Well, heroes, we have arrived at our destination. At least to drop off the supplies anyway. And apparently the guy we're meeting lives in there.
Yeah.
That's an interesting house, isn't it?
Big old house.
Yeah, I'd say.
Here we are in the hood. I'll drop this stuff. Hit the road.
Yeah. It's been a long journey so far. I feel sorry for you. You haven't had a nap. Wow, this is a place.
I should be taking some pictures myself.
Yeah. Whoa. Holy crap. This place is massive. Is that a swimming pool? Holy crap, it's a swimming pool. Holy crap, it's a swimming pool that spans 2 rooms.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Can you believe it? Look at this shit. Oh wow, this goes... Oh my god, what? This place is great. When can we move in? You gotta try this pole. I'm gonna get my stuff.
As it turns out, we weren't just dropping off lunch. We were linking up with an independent unit inside Ukraine, ex-military, medics, doctors, foreign volunteers and patriots. We met Andy and Dennis. Brave doesn't even cover it. 2 members of a larger organisation that have been rescuing survivors, delivering medical relief and risking their lives every single day and still continue to do so now. Andy and his team have also been responsible for the rescue and rehabilitation of victims of Russian aggression.
On the bus, off the bus, raise it, good.
So, let me tell you, why do you see this? How we do what we do and why we do it this way. First load that Andy brought into Ukraine was loaded on a train and was sent to Kyiv. Upon arrival to Kyiv, train was empty. So we learned the lesson from first time, and the idea popped up to create a warehouse here so that we control everything what's coming in, coming out, and we assess the needs of people to cover them just in the right amount so that it don't have overflow or stuff like that.
From where are you from?
We're from United Kingdom. We're ex-military and we decided that you guys need a bit of help. So we've got a blood bus coming, some more ambulances, we've got critical care nurses and doctors coming, trauma surgeons, so that they can set up a field hospital and support you guys. And those British military that have retired, we're going to come and defend them and make sure they're safe and your people, because it's not right this. Yeah? Anyone in the UK that's sitting there watching this should be getting here, should give us a call, we need that help.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And also, if we feel that someone is dodgy and trying to make some money off us, we threaten them. Works every time. There are enough fields for everyone who tries to make money of aid for Ukraine. Slava Ukraini!
Nothing's ever what it seems in Ukraine. I mean, you have a plan and it don't work out like that way, and it's normal, and you just got to go with it. You know, I don't know where we're gonna be in 3 hours. I didn't imagine coming in here this morning. I thought, I'm gonna drop off some stuff and hit the road, but he's got a whole operation here, and
Yeah.
he got more medical supplies here than most hospitals do. So hopefully we can spread that love.
I hope so. So where are you from originally, Dennis?
From here. I was born and raised here. After I finished my studies in Ukraine, I had 1 year of exchange in the US, and then I came back. I entered Kyiv Economic National University. So I studied in Kyiv for 3 years straight. First year was alright, second year COVID strike, third year war. So
Wow.
I woke up on 24th in the morning from a call from my friend saying, Dennis, it started. I'm like, what started? It started! And I started packing my stuff straight away. The original plan was this man right here would sleep in my house for about a day or two and then move on. But I became first translator for him, then his eyes and ears so that nobody talks shit behind his back. After that I got involved even deeper into organizing stuff, and now we are a team.
So the reason I ended up coming over is my son's 19, and at the time when the war first kicked off, there was a young girl on the telly, I don't know her name or anything, and she had purple hair or pink hair, and it was like she'd been shot with her family in the car. And he went, Dad, he says, have you seen this? I went, oh, it's not my problem, son, I've done my war. He went, oh really? He says, you're a bad man, Dad. He said, doesn't it take bad men like you to take bad men like them on? He says, you're the bogeyman's fucking worst nightmare. He says, because you don't take no shit. He says, what are you going to do? He's only been cocky, messing with me. But it got me. It got me, and the next day I left.
In the fictional worlds we've all come to love and cherish, we're led to believe that in times of war, everyday people, organisations, corporations and relief efforts come together in an unbreakable tide-turning bond of unity. We've seen this so much that we assume that's what happens in the real world. Unfortunately, what I found in Ukraine has shown me just how naive those stories really are. The ugly truth is that reality is much more complex and even more corrupt than we ever could have possibly imagined.
And then there were several times throughout this we were told our help wasn't needed, we were going to be a burden and get in the way, obstruct things, and that's never happened. When people told us the roads would be crowded, they weren't crowded. When they told us they don't need us helping, we helped. You know, I remember this one organization, we carried their volunteers to them.
Wow.
And at the same time, they told us that they didn't need us.
Wow.
You know what?
Oh yeah, we got that the second week. The first week we volunteered, they appreciated us, they loved us, we gave rides to their volunteers, we brought people back. Then the second week when all the experts showed up, oh, who are you guys with? I'm like, we're not with anybody.
Yeah.
We're lone wolves here.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know, we kind of have it covered. Well, I just carried 8 of your volunteers in a rental van, so you obviously didn't have that covered.
Yeah.
So, well, we don't really. Meanwhile, you taking my sandwiches, you taking the stuff, and fuck off. I'm like, this is my party. You're invited to the party.
This is it. That's what I say to everyone.
Yeah.
I'm the boss.
You're
I didn't
invited
ask
to
to
the
be the
party.
boss. I got lured here under false pretenses by a charity. They lied. And then when I figured out who was lying and what was lying, and don't use this, I turned around and said, I asked you not to invite me into your party. I said, you can't tell me to be good and then fucking try to be bad.
This world is darker than any dystopian flick. Big name charities, some of them are failing badly. While they rake in profits, it's independent faith groups and everyday people doing the real work.
Oh, Seventh-day Adventists, that's who we've been delivering to in Ukraine. And there's no coffee, no pork, and Saturday's their holy day. So I don't know too much else about them.
No, that's fair enough. I've never heard of them before, if I'm honest. And are we gonna be like meeting some of these people on the way? Like
Maybe.
Cool.
If we can't make a drop to the British guy, I'll just call these Adventists. They'll be happy to take the stuff, I'm sure. But it is their Sabbath day on Saturday. That's why they call them Seventh-day Adventists. Because the first day of the week is Sunday, which it is in Christian calendars.
Awkward.
Saturday is the 7th.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, we don't want to just crash on them because they might be praying or something.
Yeah, it might be a bit rude.
Yeah.
I'm English after all, have to not be rude.
Yeah, well, I'm American. It happens naturally.
We're gonna make a good team, mate.
Again, guys, just another update from Ubla. Again, you can see all these heroes here. These are the people that make it happen. These are the people that work tirelessly to process these donations in this beautiful part of the world. And you can see there's a lot of humbum activity going on here. You got Army guys, you got Czechs, you got Slovaks, you got Jehovah's Witnesses, there's Catholics here, there's probably some atheists too. Doesn't matter. Neighbors helping neighbors. Thank you. You know, I've delivered to a lot of these religious people, and I'm not a very religious guy, but they're actually out there doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So, beliefs aside, we can all get together and unload the car and smile at each other and move on along. Even if we don't speak the same language, we kind of do in a way through actions.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
Blah.
All right, hello everyone again. Today we had a director approach us, and he was told to meet us by the Department of Education of this region. So we have quite a lot of connections now. We're loading up a van with some of the foods which go with, how do I say that correctly? With general foods. For example, they had a lot of pasta and flour donated by German public, but they do not have anything to go with it to feed the people. So we assist them with some sauces, meatballs, stuff that can basically enhance the food. So what we really did appreciate about this young man is that he told us specifically what he does have and what he does not have, so that we really understand his situation and do not feel like somebody tries to basically grab everything they want. As you see, helping us to do all that together. Here's Dean helping, Roz helping. We're getting it done.
Scottish brew.
Yes, Scottish brew. There you go. All right.
Milk, coffee, Bombay bag.
I'm not slacking, just showing you around, so I'll get back to work. See you in the next one. Hello everyone, so we're in progress of offloading the biggest load yet, which took 4 days to come here, approximately 6,000 kilograms of humanitarian and medical help, all brought here by this amazing man right there, which is Carl. Carl, say hi for the camera.
Hello everybody, glad
How
to
was
be
your
here.
job? How was your road, I mean?
It's a nice easy run, no big traumas, which in my business is good news. No traumas, just a few hold-ups with borders and toll boxes, and then I thought, that's not so good news, but if you're going, you know?
Through that. The man. Thank you so much.
You have it every day, I'm just passing through. You're braver than I am.
That's it for now. We'll go get some help for our homies who are offloading, and see you in next ones.
Damned if I do and damned if I don't. I get asked to do that many things.
Yeah.
I'm doing 20 hours a day. I don't know where they think I'm going to fit it in. You know, I've nearly died that many times driving, because normally in England, wouldn't drive more than 10 minutes. I'd be like, nah, no, get someone else to do it.
Oh yeah.
Here I'm driving 10, 15 hours and going, come on, let's keep going. That rah-rah stuff, it's what I do. It's inherent in me.
Yeah, I kind of thrive in that sort of environment too. I mean, when we first started doing this, I don't think we slept for 4 days.
Yeah.
We were dropping shit
5
out there,
weeks.
bringing people back.
Sell the car,
Wants to buy it?
or I might just give it to some Ukrainian family or something. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta assess them closely.
Oh, it ain't in the best shape. But
Yeah,
It
so
is
what
what it
MD
is.
always says is, instead of doing 4 runs in a car like this, you can do 1 run in a bigger car and still spend the same amount of money on fuel. Maybe even
we
less.
wanted a van, but I couldn't find a van that was worth the shit for the price. Because since this started, vans they've gotten more expensive because more people want vans now. And in Slovakia, we got quite a few Ukrainian people already living there, you know, so they need vans. So with a car like this, it's easy to blend in. I look like just another shitty car on the road.
Yeah, true that.
I'm not bringing attention to myself. I don't put flags on my car or Pomoch Ukrainia or whatever. I'm just another asshole in a Skoda.
Just a pink phone holder.
Yeah,
That's all.
but they see that, they know I ain't from around here, so that could be.
Yeah.
What's this Slovak doing? I ain't no Slovak.
You don't look like a Slovak.
We're supposed to be able to focus in a country and get what we need to survive and keep going. Because back in the day when I was in the army, we had no kit. You know, there's no such thing as having a bulletproof vest and all this sorts of stuff and having 25 quid tourniquets. I'm trying to get them to understand that you don't need that kit to survive. Because that's what you're doing, yeah? They're surviving. Now, it's great. The reason they've done so well is the Americans and that have given them rock anti-tank bombs and stuff. And the Russians are using tactics that are old, yeah? I don't know what they're playing at. And they're mostly conscripts I've read yesterday and stuff like that. And it's like, it's a shame. Because this shouldn't be happening. We should be doing something about it.
I can't believe we put all that up in that car. We got everything from sugar to oats, tomato sauce, tuna fish, baby food, potted meat, rice, juice box, peanut puffs, instant soup, tampon, chocolate, and water.
Ukraine showed me uncomfortable truths. War profiteering, corruption, genocide, true evil. I uncovered secrets about corrupt political spectrums that exist worldwide. I witnessed harrowing truths about greed and corruption that exist in charities and foreign aid organisations. I learned that war profiteering is a very real problem that is being committed by people masquerading as victims. But when I take a step back and look at the world we live in, even our charities, who have to be registered businesses, are focused on their 30% and not the well-being of their fellow human beings. Can you not see how messed up that is?
We try to put the things in their hands directly, because these big organizations, they taking big cuts of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm not down for. It's one of the reasons I want to tag along with you, because this way we're actually going to directly help people.
Yeah, I don't like that warehouse stuff, and things tend to go missing, and then it gets lost in the bureaucracy.
Yeah, and everything's done for a media spin as well, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate that fact, man. I hate it.
They're there to take their poverty pictures. Never seen them on the ground, but I've seen their adverts with the miserable photos that are heart-wrenching and make you want to bust out your wallet and pay. But when they're taking 30 pence on the pound or 30 cents to the dollar, a cent to the whatever, it's 30% is 30%. You just make your fucking donation to Red Cross and call it a day.
Make a donation to Red Cross and lose your money.
Yeah, lose 40% on
I've never seen them. I've not seen them anywhere. I've not seen them doing anything.
Yeah, I saw the first day Caritas or Charitas came, the Greek Orthodox Catholic charity. And, but I've never seen Red Cross operating anywhere I've been to 5 different borders.
The thing is here, there's enough gear coming into this country that everyone should have everything that they need. I have a rule, need not greed. Stores are for storing and not for issuing, unless you have a requirement for it. When we go, we're going to set up a database, and anyone local can come and get, say, toiletries. I'll give them a month's supply, a 6 month supply. I don't expect to see them a week later. Yeah, if you can't make it last, then you're up to no good.
You're doing something.
People tell me they're seeing gear sold on the streets of Lviv and Kyiv and places like that. If someone's up to no good, I'm telling you, it's not right. It has to go where it's supposed to go. People shouldn't have an abundance in a warehouse. The Red Cross's warehouses allegedly are full. Everyone else's warehouse, they're turning gear away now. Why? Someone should have sorted this by now and centralised everything and be shipping the gear and organising the gear and making sure it's going where it should be with as little red tape as possible. This firm called Van Aid that were saying that we were selling kit, we were doing things dodgy, and I'm like, well, come and ask the local population what I do, because they'll work with me. Come and ask the fucking police chief. Come and ask the anti-corruption team. Come and ask the hospital that sends me letters of thanks. I hate that they send me them, but do you know what? It's what they do.
What I lived through wasn't a story, it was a wake-up call, and as such, please be aware that the following scenes will be very difficult to watch.
There you go. The whole east side. This used to be red as well. This used to be red as well. Some areas below Kyiv, so if you take a look at the map, it's basically this whole part was taken away in 2014. This used to be occupied until 2014. Now it expanded like that. But our army is doing good, so now it just shrank to kind of like this.
Yeah, man, you boys and girls are doing fucking well.
Yeah, trying to.
Well,
but the problem is we do have enough defense weapons, but not much offense weapons. So if somebody, how do you call the process when somebody digging in basically?
Yeah, digging in.
So once somebody is digged in, it's really hard to get them out because offense weapons will be crucial to make that happen. But so far so good.
Because your only external attack's been Belgorod with the oil tanks, and they said they sent a Hind over there and shot it up. Is that Ukraine? Or?
I don't even remember that.
That was like last week. They had some explosions in Belgorod, just on the other side of Kharkiv.
Well, so Russia uses some nasty tactics. They even burn their own vehicles themselves to make it look like we attacked, to make it easier to attack back. So
Fucking hell.
Because they can attack Ukraine and that's just fine, but if the Ukrainian cross that line into Russia, then suddenly it's a big deal, and oh boy, oh the humanity.
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they've been doing for a long time.
Yeah.
They burn their own vehicles to report back that we attacked. They sometimes blow up some unnecessary military bases to make it look like we attacked as well. So
what, are they just going to take Donetsk and Luhansk, you think, and keep Crimea, and Ukraine just?
I am not sure. I am no politician to have a reply to that question.
All that Novorossiya shit, they only control about half of Donetsk and half of Luhansk. Huh?
Yeah, if not quarter.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's all about money, so we will see what happens.
Yeah, that's where all the gold mines are, huh?
True.
Yeah.
Some guy, one of the guys we had out here the other week, couldn't obviously take being good. Tried to stab me last week 5 times. Caught me in the. Oh, listen.
Too much party? Too much alcohol?
Well, I don't drink.
Okay.
He probably got sick of the hole in the now attitude, because I'm like, no, we don't do that. We do this, we're soldiers. I'm not a soldier. I went, yeah, well, you're here with me,
It's
mate.
not about how you fucking feel. All you guys look at them fucking miserable children and them women, and then I don't even think about how much I heard or how I feel.
That's it. I turned around and I went, and he just was rude to someone, and he just pulled a knife. But the problem was, once he pulled it, I went, you better fucking know what to do.
You've established yourself as a threat. You might as well use it.
And I'd gone for him, but then someone grabbed me. So he took his opportunity. Now he didn't pull. He obviously didn't know what he was doing.
But they're going to wait for you to...
He's like this, going like this. I'm like...
Like some 80s movie with the pistol.
I'm like, oh my God. So I managed to kick the guy that was holding me off me, and then get hold of him. Cracked him in the back of the skull a couple of times, spun him round, pinned him down, took his throat and his oxygen. Counted to 5 seconds and thought, do I kill him or don't I? I don't know if I'll see it. We've done it last week.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, you got a little something right there.
Damn.
What, about 3 inches by 2 inches?
I said, I do this for a fucking living, idiot.
Yeah, it's
And I even sat him down and said, tell me, give me an explanation, give me an excuse.
What did he say?
You tried to I wanted to prove a point. Now what his point?
What the fuck point is he trying to...
Let me tell you what I think his point was. I think he was feeling emasculated.
a couple of weeks ago, these Russians, and they had a humanitarian convoy, and they robbed 17 truckloads of stuff because their boys are starving, and they're taking stuff that's meant for the people. The same people and children that they rape, they're not only raping them, they steal their fucking food too, and they're killing their husbands. And what really pissed me off was last week you heard about that 3-year-old girl got raped, and then the guy posted it on Russian social media, and he was bragging about raping a fucking toddler or whatever. And throughout all this, people told me, well, that's the Russian government, not the Russian people. But if you believe the fake media that they have, you're just as responsible. If a guy has a mental illness and he kills and rapes someone, you still got a victim, right? So I'm sorry you're brainwashed, but most of them believe this stuff. And then I have friends through my own hobbies and stuff that are in Russia, and I've broken it off. They buy this shit. These are Nazis. They're liberating Ukraine, and that's bullshit. How can a 3-year-old crying at fucking 3 a.m. be a goddamn Nazi? And how can she be attractive to you too? That's another fucking problem. And how can a Jewish president have a Nazi country? I don't understand that. Because Zelensky I think he's Jewish or half Jewish, he's a Nazi, all right. I'll never understand it. I'll never be the same as a man. Not that first night I seen them children and stuff, and when I got home I cried like a baby for 3 hours. First time I cried in almost 20 fucking years. And it changed me as a man. I'll never be the same again. And
keep doing it till the fucking money runs out. That's all we can do. Yeah. Fuck.
Musical school.
Yeah.
But beyond all that, I met real heroes, people who risk everything, not for fame, not for profit, but because it's the right thing to do. I met kids who had seen their whole families and loved ones murdered simply for existing, people broken but unbowed. And Russia? Still waging an illegal war of genocide, still spinning lies, still justifying slaughter as liberation. Meanwhile, real people, people like Aubrey, Andy and Dennis are the ones making a real difference. They defy red tape, they ignore the rules, they step in where leaders won't. They represent what humanity should be.
Okay, cool, heroes. So, hey heroes, been a productive morning. Day.
night, whatever. So we have finished packing up the van with medical supplies for a hospital. I'm not sure what hospital it is, but they are going, and look at this bad boy here. Look at all those supplies. Doing good work.
So all this stuff is going first to Lviv, and then it's getting reloaded into a bigger truck and goes all the way to highly undisclosed location because we can't share it, but east. Let's say east. To the guys that really need it.
Yeah. There's everything in there from surgical drapes to gowns to sharps to nappy cream. What we're going to do is going to move every other bit of medical kit they've got to a forward operating base so they don't have to do this journey. We'll move it and then we'll supply forward lines and units and civilians slowly, you know, with what they need and not what they want.
True. Need before greed. Slava Ukraini!
Hello, Slava!
So once these guys go country to, as you were told previously, I will be running this warehouse. I will be the man in charge here. So we see who's up to good and who's up to no good. We'll filter it out and we will do as the original plan states. Need before greed and Slava Ukraini. There you go. And the reply is, Heroyam Slava. Scream it in front of your screen. I'm listening.
Brother.
From another mother.
Yeah, mate, they're doing fantastic work here. I feel honoured to have been part of it for as long as I have. Cheers, heroes. We stayed with Andy and Dennis throughout the day and into the night. It was an eye-opening and harrowing experience that gave me a unique perspective on war and how truly evil it is. I will never forget my experience in that country, and throughout that day I wrestled with a tough choice. Stay in Ukraine or return to Bratislava. After being invited to stay, I went back with Aubrey, but part of me stayed behind with the team I was proudly standing by.
Are you winding me up? In the past I would have just said, nice bollocks. I've stopped to believing in coincidence. Everyone is put in my path for a reason. You guys were here today for a reason. Hater broke down so I could meet you guys. You just couldn't write that, could you?
You ready for this? Shit, yeah. Holy crap. Whoa. An actual snooker table. Full size. Holy crap. Wow. Sauna. Sun bedroom? Everything a grown boy needs in here. Okay, hero. So apparently, whilst we're on our mission of doing things, we're going shopping, aren't we? We're going shopping.
Yep.
And what are we going shopping for?
Yes.
Pants or trousers, whatever you decide. Whatever translation you prefer.
So, tell me your names, or at least tell the heroes your names.
My name is Irina.
That's it. Dennis.
Stas.
Stan.
Hey.
Как меня зовут?
You want to join in?
Aubrey.
Hey.
Baby.
You know who I am.
Тільки від Ески. Они все большие. А другого цвета есть еще, чтобы
Yeah, shopping.
Actually, for refugee girls, baggy clothes are advised so that they don't draw too much attention to them. But
so what are you doing right now? Shopping with a group of resistance fighters. That's what I'm doing. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing?
Resist.
Yeah. Resist.
could be in the fridge.
I'll have a look.
Alright heroes, how you doing? I'm not turning the light on because it's just too much. So today's been a hell of a day, yep. I'm about to lay my head down, get a few hours sleep before we set off at 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. And we've got like 3 hours on that. So tonight we're staying at Fort Dennis. I'm going to call it Fort Dennis. I'm not telling you where. I'm not telling you anything about where we are. But What a fucking day. Let's recap. I don't think I can recap. So much has fucking happened. It's been ridiculous. I've found out severe atrocities that has been committed by Russians. I've met people who have suffered from those atrocities. I've met people who want to help everyone. I've met people who are selflessly putting their lives on the line to help everyone else. And I've met rogue British soldiers who are saying fuck you to the Tories and politics and just doing it anyway. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've got some goddamn, I've got some shit. I'm not going to be quiet about it either. There's a lot of corruption in this world. The good side is corrupt, as well as the bad side is corrupt. The real good in this fucking world are the people. The people who actually try and do something. The people who are trying to make a fucking difference. That's the real good in this world. True facts. So we set off at 2 o'clock in the morning. We're going to head back to Bratislava. We're going for the way we came in, I actually think. We're going to go see what that's like, and if that's not busy, if that's too busy, we're going to try a different way. But we will see. We will see. It's been an interesting night so far, that's for damn sure. As soon as my day started, what's the time? I can't even tell what. I don't even know. We set off last night at midnight. I was up at 11. And it's now shit. So yeah, I've been up. I've been going for 24 hours. Nice. So I'm gonna go get some sleep. I love you guys. You guys are lucky because right now Aubrey is out of bed. So this is where we're staying. This is the second floor of this glorious house. It's where the squad lead sleeps. Oh fuck. That's better. Apparently I'm one of them tonight. Oh yeah. We were only in Ukraine for roughly 20 hours, but it felt like we had stepped outside of time. Reality just shifted. After a short nap, we left at 2 AM. I passed out on the road home and missed some stunning views of the Thatcher Mountains. But back at the Wild Elephants hostel, my mind was on fire processing it all. I suppose I should probably show you this, really, shouldn't I? I don't have a single regret about going. I don't have a single regret about going. But it's a really bad idea for an empath to go to a war zone. Suddenly, I am extremely thankful for everything that's ever gone wrong in my life. I shit you not. I shit you not, man. Because if I wasn't exactly who I am now, I really put things into perspective. My perspectives have forever changed. The value of life. Because there should be a value on it. It shouldn't all be about money, but it is. Everything is all about money. And it's wrong. I've never been out of the country before. I've been to one city in a different country. Been to a couple of towns here as well, but I've been to one city here. I spent a grand total of 2-3 weeks out. And I go to a war zone. I'm a fucking idiot. The impact of it all is crazy. I've never experienced anything like that before in my life. And the news that's coming out of Ukraine is even nothing compared to what's actually going on there. Fucking kids, man.
I got very drunk last night. I got back to Bratislava yesterday. I came back to the wild elephants, not as a volunteer. Not as a volunteer, not now. I needed to, I needed to get drunk. I really needed to get drunk. I didn't even see anything that bad, man. Like, the shit I heard, the things I felt, and some of the things I saw. Couldn't film everything. Not if I wanted to make it out of that country. The corruption is... the brutality is... it... I don't have the words.
But there's hope. In people like Andy and Dennis and the countless Ukrainians still fighting for their freedom, for their right to exist. And in school teachers like Aubrey Mathis, who stepped up and stepped in without even being asked. It's that kind of love that keeps hope burning brightly.
Still want some stuff?
Stuff?
Yeah.
Still want some stuff?
You want me to back up or?
Okay.
Sweet.
Thank you.
Oh, here.
Here's Santa.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah.
We learn Slovak language. People
Oh,
are
yeah?
very happy. Yes.
Yeah.
We have a good. Hello. Dobrý deň.
Hello.
Hey, fellas.
Eto je dla vás. Eti mužky priniesli dla vás, malčeky.
Okay.
Спасибо. Дякую.
Okay. Добре. Some Santa Claus.
Вы должны дать тоже вашим друзьям, которые здесь придут, когда придут ребята. О, да. Для взрослых.
All right, stop, please.
Да.
Safe. Okay, guys. Bye-bye.
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 That was awesome. You see how happy they were?
Yeah, that's because they stuck
Большое
you on.
спасибо. Они теперь, некоторые в школе, некоторые в детском саде, я по-русски.
It's just a little something for the kids. We get those in Austria. They
Children is
cheap.
at school or in kindergarten, and some people learn online in Ukrainian, and some people don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
Like want their parents.
A little drama.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
That's
yes,
okay.
yes,
It's
yes,
understandable.
Yes. Thank you very much.
No
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you. Thank
No
you
problem.
very much.
I wish
Pleasure,
I could
darling.
bring
Thank
back
you.
Pleasure.
sooner.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Have a good day. Wish you the best of luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I feel good about myself now.
Yeah. That's what it's about. 50 euros worth of toys. But, I'd like to bring in better stuff, but it's kind of quantity, and then you don't want to have one kid having the 20-euro toy and then
Everyone else having a Euro toy.
so you kind of
Hey, they seemed like absolutely grateful for what they got. So.
Oh yeah, they don't get this place doesn't get any action like from other people. Not like some of the other ones. Like the ones downtown, they do. Like there's one across the street from the presidential palace. They do great things, but they get a lot more press because they have a more savvy, bilingual social media. And meanwhile, you got 170 people here. And it's a government institute, so the government takes care of some things, like they'll never be short of milk or chicken, but things like candy that they can't maybe score in their nutritional programs and stuff like that. It can be a bitch.
Me. Pleasure riding with you again, brother.
If I don't see you, I'll see you.
Yeah. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you.
Next time we can buy some more.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed there isn't a shortage that time, right? I love you, brother. Catch you soon.
This was the last time I saw Aubrey on my first ever trip outside of the UK. It was an honour to meet him, and it remains an honour to know him. Aubrey, I salute you, my friend.
That was probably the most fulfilling part of my entire mission. Like seeing those kids happy like that was beautiful. I love that was great.
As this film reaches its final edit, Ukraine embraces its third official year fighting back Russian aggression. The brave souls you've seen and thousands more are still out there, still resisting, still hoping. This is a call to action. Speak to your MPs, petition your governments. We the people have the power to incite real change. We just need to be brave enough to stand up together as one and demand better. We are stronger together than we are apart, and the power of the public can withstand anything. But we have built walls between us at a time when love is as rare as the truth. It's time to change that. Let's break down those walls. Let's choose to be human.
I don't know what to say. I've been crying too much, my head hurts.
Slava Ukraini!
Hello, I'm Slava.